And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. I have the distinct pleasure for being here and being in the presence for one of the best OnDoc leaders that we have. She's been here since the beginning. She's a model citizen for everybody, all women and all people all over the world. She's one of the most positive people that I've ever met in my life. She is incredible. She is one of our top money earners, and she is one of the best people that you will ever meet. Please say hello to Miss Mindy Hobson. Mindy, are you there?
I am here. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Robert.
Well, I'll be sure to give me that $20 later. No, I'm just blessed to be here and blessed to be talking to you. And one of the things that we've been talking about with OnDoc is, everything that has been happening during COVID. Can you speak a little bit to maybe some of your personal experiences that have been going on?
Oh, sure. What a time that we're living in right now. It's so up and down. You turn on the news and one day it's one thing and the next day it's another thing or five more things. So, trying to navigate through that, especially everybody being stuck at home for so long, family togetherness. And then, having a daughter who's 11 and has so many questions. And what does this mean? How's this going to affect me? Am I going to be able to go back to school? Am I going to be able to be a regular kid again? There's all those types of questions that come up, and it's been a challenge to kind of navigate through things. But I will say that my personality and our approach here at our house is not to get too overwhelmed by things. Take one day at a time.
Well, it is overwhelming, right? I mean, we have an extremely high unemployment rate. We have people who are, getting sick across the world and across the United States, and some people are dying. How do you take it one day at a time? How do you cope with some of the things that are going on, not only personally, but then outside as well?
I would have to say that for me personally, I think waking up every day and looking for things to be grateful for helps me to stay grounded. So when I look at the world and what's happening, even though there's a lot of negative things happening, there are little specks of positive things that happen too. So I really focus in and hone in on those things and absorb them through meditation, through prayer. I have a grateful journal that I write in every day. And when things really start to get overwhelming or out of control in my head, I go back to focusing on them.
Well, you're an inspiration to a lot of people, and I don't want to go too far, but I know that you had a extreme amount of hardship, especially an accident that happened. Do you want to talk about that? Around 10 years. It's been 10 years. It's been a while, right?
Yeah,
Do you want
2011.
11? Do you want to talk about that a little bit, or maybe some of the things that have stemmed from that?
Sure. In 2011, I was at a big event down in Philadelphia, and my girlfriend and I were walking across the street, and we were struck by a taxi cab. And so that ended up, well, both of us in the hospital, but me specifically with a lot of different surgeries after that. And then about a year later, I started having some what I thought was concussion issues because, the room was starting to spin again. I was feeling yucky. So I went back to the doctor, and after about almost a year of testing, they diagnosed me with MS. And they feel that the MS was brought on because of the stress of the accident and also the stress of the surgeries I had to have after the accident as well. So my life went from being great and nothing going on, exciting like that, to total 180, oh my gosh, now what do I do? How do I deal with this? And how do I move forward with this?
And I think it's
So
so important that we talk about these things, because when you talk to you, or when you see you, or when you converse with you, these things are not prevalent at all, because how strong of a person that you are. So because of that, what has that done to you? What has that done to your mentality, and what has that done for your strength?
Well, like like you said in the beginning when you introduced me, I am a positive person and I choose to be that way. I mean, that's a choice I make every day, that when I wake up every day. So yeah, are there bad days? Do I have bad days? Absolutely. Do I have down times? Absolutely. However, I don't allow those times to overwhelm me to just be the focus that I have. Because then when I look back and look at things in retrospective and look at the big picture of what I have a beautiful daughter. I have a great, beautiful house that we live in. I have a wonderful partner. I have a positive outlook. And I think because of that, that's enabled me to move forward, even despite this horrible diagnosis. It hasn't held me back and it hasn't held me down. And I haven't allowed it to do that.
Wow. Wow. You guys are listening to one of our top money earners and true leader, Miss Mindy Hobson. Mindy, if you were to give someone some advice that may be going through some of the same things that you were going through, and maybe not even to the point of, the same things, but maybe even having to get up every morning and get over and get through the day and change the routine, what are some of the things that you would tell them?
I think it's really important to step back and look at the big picture of what you have, pick out the positives of what you have. I think reading every day, some type of a positive book, whatever that could be for you specifically. Like I said, just continuing to have a positive outlook, because when you are positive and when you exude that through your pores and whatever, other people feel it. And so that makes them, when they're down and low, that can bring them up a couple notches. And so them coming up a couple notches also helps you come up a couple notches. So it's a wonderful interchange of how to share your positive energy with people for a positive effect.
Wow. Wow. Well, you've known about this for a while. We had to delay the launch a little bit because of COVID, but we have a new product offering coming out next week, and we're going down our alternative healthcare line and creating on CBD. So let's talk about that a little bit. And have you
Right?
tried any of our products?
Oh my gosh, yes. I think I've tried them all. Um, I would say that the one I use the most is the tincture, the 1000 mg tincture. I actually find that helps me more than even CBD oils from other companies, or even going to the distillery to get the real stuff.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the real stuff. It's illegal. Don't sound ashamed now. It's
I
illegal. You can
know.
do it. Yeah, that's fine.
But I find that this actually helps me more than that. So I love it. I love all of it. I use it on everything, and you can ask any member of my family if they're complain about something, like, mom, I have a bruise, or my husband will say, oh, my back hurts right here. CBD oil, everybody get out the CBD oil. Everybody knows, because it's good for everything. I even give it to my dog.
Why is alternative healthcare such a big deal for you?
It is huge for me. When I was diagnosed with MS, the doctors pretty much told me that I would have to be on autoimmune suppressing drugs, that I would not be able to be in big public, um, arenas or situations, because I would be so susceptible to getting anything. I've never been a really sickly person my entire life. So I knew I didn't want to do that. And so immediately I started investigating all kinds of alternative healthcare products, supplements, diets to help with MS. And within a year's time, I went from 22 active lesions on my brain, which is how they diagnosed me, to 0. And they're still at 0. So every time I see my neurologist, all they say to me is, what are you doing?
That is an amazing blessing. You know what? We're going to have you back on, because I know that this launch is coming soon, and I would love to get you on maybe even very, very soon to talk about some of the products. But let's continue to talk to you. I would love to hear more about it. How is next week sound? Pretty good?
Next week is open.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mindy, for being on today. We will definitely talk to you soon, and I thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Robert.
All right. Have a good one, Mindy.
Okay, you too.
Bye-bye.
Hi, OnDoc family. Make sure to follow us